And we're coming in hot, or maybe like a little lukewarm in this case, as Baltimore Sun reporter Jack and his GF brought homemade SpaghettiOs to the O's game over the weekend. Okay, guys, I've heard of like bringing your own snacks to a game, but this is next level. Keith, are you here for it, or do you hate this?
Hate it. My first thought was, ooh, child, the ghetto.
What temperature do you think these are? Is it grosser if they're hot or grosser if they're cold?
I mean, it has to be lukewarm, even if you take it like right out of the oven. First of all, the bag can't melt, right?
Right.
So I'm saying lukewarm.
But like it's a hot day?
That's
Which almost
the
makes
thing.
it grosser? Like,
Man, I got so many questions with this. Like, is this, we've gotten to the point with inflation and ballpark prices that we have to bring our own grown adult meals from home to the ballpark
here's
now.
the thing. If you're
That's
going
what
to
we
eat
have
it
to do.
room temp, you might as well just eat it out of a can. Like, you don't need to waste a plastic bag.
They're
You need
not
to
letting you
think it's
walk in
homemade.
with the can, right?
I don't
That's
think
the
it's
thing.
a can. I don't think it's actual SpaghettiOs.
No.
Upon closer
That was-
inspection, I zoomed
Let's
in
see
on
it
the
again.
photo. I think it's homemade
You
spaghetti
can bring
in the
food
O
into the
shape.
game. I know about doing that. Like, we do that in the Bronx. We go to the bodega, get a chopped cheese, or go to the Dominican spot, get some arroz con pollo, chicken
Oh, you
over
want to give
rice.
me a closer look?
See, another question I have is, okay, that's obviously homemade. It's not SpaghettiOs. Do you bring a side of Parmesan to the field?
Why don't you just
I
Or is
need a
it
plate.
pre-sprinkled?
Or you need a plate first off.
And why don't we have pasta being served at the field? Why did, like, get you a little, the one they serve that ice cream in, just might as well serve
Oh,
you.
like a helmet?
A helmet, yes,
Oh,
the
right, a
helmet.
helmet full of spaghetti.
Just put it in there and
right.
serve it as,
But
you
is-
don't have that
Is
yet?
pasta really a ballpark food?
Helmet full of
It can
spaghetti.
be.
I mean, obviously to some people.
You know what?
They thought it was. They thought
I'm
it
very
was a perfect
environmental to bring it in a
That's
plastic
what, when I
bag.
first saw that, I thought about my kids. Like, we bring little Fruit Loops.
In Ziploc bags.
Apple Smacks in the Ziploc bags. Maybe some marshmallows, little fruit snacks. Like, that's exactly what, we're at the point where we're grown adults bringing that to the field now.
I can't tell if it's genius or gross.
It's gross.
It's
It might be
cost effective.
Might be both.
It is.
But it's
That's all it
definitely
is.
gross.
Those are some of the sacrifices that you make when you have to be cost effective, I guess.
And
Exactly.
this is Baltimore. The tickets are $10. They were up top. They were all the way up.
Just be like everybody else and spend $17 for a hot dog.
Come on, Jack.
They have good food
Get a
at
hot
Camden
dog, get a
Yards.
beer, but you know what? We give you credit for originality. All right, I'm LG Red and Off Base starts right now.
Better rock with it.
We're still talking about the pasta. What's going on, my friends? I'm LG Red, and welcome to this Tuesday edition of Off Base. The OG crew back for a second day in a row. Keith, Hannah, X.
We are back. We are back.
What is that?
This is good. He's coming in with all the energy.
airborne.
I think we're supposed to be like the
You guys did it better.
Coming in with the rude jacket, by the way. You brought the swag.
I just came with a little something, something. I was talking to Cliff Floyd and Cameron Maben, and they were talking about like how they got to bring the swag to the field. I was like, all right, well, I'm not wearing suits, so let me step it up a little bit extra, you know.
Yeah.
So
Looks
got to
good.
do it.
Hannah?
Sorry.
who's
I didn't
into
dress
it?
up for you.
We just did a fit check. And then, of course, yes, it's polo week for Keith.
Yeah, I was like, all right, what haven't I worn on the show? I haven't had a run of polo shirts, so now we're just breaking out the polos.
No, it's good. And, you know, sun's out, guns out.
Sun's out,
How much
guns
you
out.
lift, bro? Okay, let's check out what's been moving the needle, starting with the Bronx Bombers, who are playing, I guess, in cheat code mode at this point, having won 50 of their first 67, while leading the majors in run differential, home runs, ERA, and yeah, have allowed the fewest walks in baseball. So yeah, sorry if you're tired of us talking about these guys, but their play is forcing us to, and we're just trying to find new ways to frame this conversation. So Keith, back to you. Is there a weakness with this club?
Not really. I mean, every night on WFAN, people call in to complain about the Yankees, and they've kind of run out of complaints, right?
Yeah.
Garrett Cole, we don't know about Garrett Cole. Well, Garrett Cole has pitched back-to-back, well, not back-to-back, two out of his last three. He had a no-hit bid in 2 of those last 3 games. Aaron Hicks, Joey Gallo, right? Those were the main guys. They're like, we can't win a championship with these guys. They've played a lot better in this month of June. The Yankees last year weren't running the bases well at all. it's so clear that they've changed that. Gleyber Torres stealing bases, Anthony Rizzo stealing bases. They look to take bags. Obviously, you know the pitching is ridiculous, the starters and the bullpen. Aaron Judge looking like an MVP. Guys like Gleyber Torres having a better year at the plate. Anthony Rizzo leading the way. Like, there's so many guys that can get it done. And, you know, stashed on the bench is Matt Carpenter. There's just so much talent on this Yankees team.
I mean, it's hard to find weaknesses right now. It really is. I mean, you look at, I guess the only thing I would think about is, we still have close to 100 games left. Can you continue to stay at the same pace? If you can, you obviously you continue to dominate the league. But I look at the weaknesses that they had last year, right? You look at the strikeouts, they fixed that factor. You look at the defense, they fixed that now, bringing in IKF, Donaldson over there at third base, the catching core and Trevino. I just look at so many of the areas of weaknesses, they've actually fixed them. We talked a little bit about Aaron Hicks and Gallo and IKF as far as his swinging or his offensive production. Those are areas in which they've been able to survive. So it's like, where's the real weaknesses? The only thing I could think of is maybe some of the injuries to the bullpen in a sense, but even with some of those injuries they've had, guys have stepped up. So it's tough to.
Schmidt have definitely stepped up.
Yeah, it's tough to find a weakness right now. I don't want to blow up Keith's head any more than it is. We just blew him up with his muscles. Like, now we got to talk about the Yankees, but it's hard to find the weakness.
Flexing like the Yankees.
I mean, you're going to clip that for social, right? That's being posted
I just need the screenshot, baby.
Yeah.
Your weakness can't be like one or two guys. That's the thing. It's like, guys, right. It's like, oh, Gallo, Aaron Hicks. Like, yeah, fine, okay. So you're right. They have very few weaknesses. In some ways, I was trying to come up with something, because you're right. We gotta give Keith a little bit of
something. So
I honestly think in some ways their weakness has been that they haven't faced a lot of injuries yet. That we have, like, especially sort of to the starting rotation. The starting rotation has been absolutely incredible, but all around the league, you're seeing teams that are having to deal with like starter injuries and sort of test their depth a little bit in that way. Particularly when you're thinking about, like, so the Yankees are looking past, you know, October 1st at this point. And that's where you got to start to think about, what does it look like to win in the postseason versus in the regular season? And I think, like, obviously they could win with everyone they have now, but you have to start to think about, like, do you have enough pitching if some guy gets hurt between now and then, particularly in the bullpen? You can never have enough bullpen pitchers. I kind of think that, like, what the Yankees will do at the deadline is just, like, go vacuum up all the good relievers so that way they
need that depth.
But some guys have gone on the IL. We're talking bullpen. Loizaga, Chapman's gone on the IL. You mentioned Green. Guys that have stepped up. Even Donaldson has gone on the IL. Like, I'm trying to find the argument too, but even though those guys have gone on, now the starting pitching wise, we haven't seen that.
Right.
But from a bullpen sense, like, guys have been able to step up, and the offense has still been able to carry a lot of that weight.
I found one stat that would show that maybe this is a potential weakness, is that they're only hitting .236 with runners in scoring position, which is 22nd in all of baseball. I know that's so nitpicky. That's so nitpicky. But it just, I mean, they're just relying on the long ball too to, like, clean up those runs, because they're obviously leading the majors in runs scored.
And
that's literally the only thing we could point out.
And that's a category where they could continue to get better. They could continue to get better at that area. So I look at, as the season goes on, you start to fine-tune your approach. Like, I look at guys like Aaron Hicks, who started off extremely slow. He's had a pretty decent June now. I think he's hitting around 319 for June. So he's continuing to get better. This is a guy that had a lot of time off. So guys will continue to fine-tune that approach offensively with runners in scoring position. Now, the big thing for me is kind of this test continuing toward the end of June, playing against some more teams over 500. But then again, they've been 21-8 against teams over 500. So it's like, where is the real weakness?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it really is just health at this point in time, to see if Aaron Judge can stay healthy in the outfield, DFS in the infield. I think they're one of the best in baseball.
To that point, Yankees fans cry every day about who's going to be out of the lineup. Someone gets a rest day every day. The lineup changes every day. Guys are playing in different spots. And the number one thing that I love about this Yankees team is they are able to overcome any weakness, any deficiency, and find a way to win any kind of game. So that bodes well for the future. That bodes well for what this Yankee team is supposed to do. At this point, right, if the Yankees are this good, nobody is accepting a first-round exit. The Yankees have to win it all, because that's just the expectations that come with a payroll and performance of a team like this.
I don't know. This pace is wild. We'll see if they can maintain it. We are not even at the halfway point, so we shall see. Let's get to the south side, shall we? Apparently, the heat is getting to some fans. So check this out, guys. They installed an old shower from Kaminsky Park on the main concourse, and it's sponsored by a plumbing company, so it's fully functioning. And I get it, guys, but like with the ice cream X, I mean, what are we doing?
What is my man doing? Okay, first of all, you're going in the shower with all the clothes on, okay? Like you just going to get you're gonna go soak your own clothes. Then you're gonna do it with the cone, okay? It doesn't matter if you try to hold the cone off to the side, it's gonna get wet. Like, what are we doing? You're wasting the $10 ice cream right there just for a little dip into the shower? No.
$10. That was probably like a $15.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was like $15.
And he had friends. He could have handed it off to a friend.
He had I'm surprised that dude
Might
has
not have friends anymore. Yeah.
I was
they were like, you know what? You're on your own now.
You got to go back
Questioning
to
your
your
judgment.
seat like that. Is it that hot out there? I've been out there in Chicago. It only gets hot for like 2 months out there. It's not that hot. It's not the desert. It's not like
the weather.
if they had this in Arizona, I'd be like, oh, okay, I get it.
No, I did
But
check it with
Chicago?
it felt like 98 the other day.
Oh.
With humidity.
So you put a beach shower out there?
Yeah, but I mean,
Well, it's
that's
not
what I think. Is
dry.
it cold? Like, it's got to be a little bit colder than a normal beach shower.
It feels like 101 right now in Chicago.
Oh, wow. All
It's
right.
humid. You're on the lake.
Showed you.
IDK.
Super
sorry.
hot, man. Shower up at the ballpark.
You know why he did it? He knows he's getting his 5 seconds of fame right here on this show.
Someone's got to step in there to go viral, right? But the ice cream thing I didn't get. Hold your ice cream, finish your ice cream. Never enter a shower situation with your ice cream.
Thank you.
Never
You know
enter a shower
what?
situation.
Life lessons
Put
from
that on
Keith
the towel
McPherson.
and
That's gonna be a T-shirt. Never enter a shower situation with your ice
like
cream.
crochet that on, like put it hanging in your bathroom just to
And the thing,
remind.
like,
Words of wisdom from off base.
Ice cream melts. I don't know. I don't want to go down
It's,
the.
yeah, but we'll talk about that during the commercial break. Time for the NFT nominee presented by Candy. Pirates shortstop O'Neal Cruz made quite the impression in his 2022 season debut last night. He went 2 for 5 with 4 RBI. Oh, yeah, and also fired this 97-mile-an-hour seed to get Wilson Contreras in the 3rd inning of the Pirates' 12-1 rout of the Cubs. That throw was way go. Yeah, there's a look at an O'Neal Cruz NFT created by Candy. So Cruz's throw was the fastest thrown ball of any outfield assist this season. So infield rather, what was the most impressive part of Cruz's season debut for you?
Man, I have to look at the throw. Like, honestly, when I go back to the highlight and see the way he ranged to his right, was able to come up with this baseball, and a lot of times you'll see guys do the one hop, right? Because it might be a little bit easier to control the throw, but he came out with the hose piece over to first base. Like, he let that thing eat. And he just did it with ease. Like, look at him, he's just like, that's no issue to me. Like, yes, the sprint speed at 30, whatever it was, 30 feet per second was crazy too. The hit tool has been amazing, seeing him come up and do what he did, but that throw, oh my goodness. Like,
On TV.
Ridiculous.
that was
Plus,
gas.
the ball is so far away from him when it's on the ground because he's so tall. He's got to reach down.
Yes.
6'7".
No, that's
But I'm serious, right?
6'7".
Like he didn't actually wait for the ball to bounce up to him. He went down and got it and then threw it. That was great.
Well, that was one of the things with him too, is like being able to control his body at 6'7" at shortstop position, because we've never seen a shortstop at 6'7".
Yeah.
So now his ability to go back to AAA, be able to, or go back to the minor leagues, figure out, okay, range it to my right, left, being smooth with it,
Yeah.
comfortable with it. We've seen him now come up and be able to make that play. That's not an easy play to make.
I don't know, Keith. You threw that ball like he had something to prove.
I love this kid. I'm in love with this kid. He's gonna be a Yankee. He's O'Neal. He's named after Paul O'Neal. He's gonna be a Yankee. Do we have the clip of him running? The best thing about him yesterday, he's running and he's smiling as he's running the bases. This kid is having fun. It's not too big of a stage for him. He knows who he is and what he's gonna be. He's out there having a good time. There's no pressure. He's having fun. I love seeing him out there yesterday playing, and he just took over the game. He's a star already. I'm rooting for you, O'Neal. Paul O'Neal, There's already the Pirates-Yankees connection. Clay Holmes, Garrett Cole, Jameson Taillon. Like, send him.
I mean,
send
look
him.
at us giving the Pirates some love right now. Like,
The Buccos got it going on.
But it tells you like how exciting some of these young players are that are coming up. I look at Bly Madriz, made his debut yesterday in right field, made some great plays out there. Also got 3 hits himself. So this is a young core with Ke'Bryan Hayes at the top 2 that are going to come out and show us what they're capable of doing throughout the rest of this season. They'll take their lumps, they'll take their bumps and bruises, but they're going to be fun to watch.
And I saw somebody ask Cruz about sort of, how did you feel watching other guys get called up before you? And he said, I was happy for all of them. I'm excited for them to see them succeed. And I think that's right. We gave the Pirates some love yesterday because they're fun, they're young. They're not going to be good this year, but happy for you, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the future is bright for the Buccos. And to your point about just how much we love O'Neal, I really think that the way he plays the game, it reminds me so much of the way Tatis plays. And he's just such a joy to watch. So we need more of that in baseball. So yeah, tip of the cap to you, my friend. All right, go to candy.com/MLBTV now to pick up NFTs of O'Neal, Cruz, or any of your favorite MLB stars today.